All right, let's talk about this youth employment thing, because every time politicians get on stage and say they're going to fix youth unemployment, I already know they're missing the point. They always go straight to programs, conferences, announcements, applause lines, but they never touch the root cause. Kids today don't lack opportunity, they lack experience, and experience is something you can't legislate, you can't regulate, and you definitely can't create by sheltering kids from the world. Governments keep trying to build job-ready youth by restricting everything around them, restricting their tools, and restricting independence, restricting their digital access, restricting their ability to try things. And then they're shocked when those kids hit 16, 17, 18 and they have no idea how to solve a problem or how to work or how to think on their feet. You can't raise a kid in a padded room and then expect them to walk into a workforce like fully formed adults. That's not how it works. Ever. Never in history. The one that actually worked, let me tell you something from real experience, because I lived through the system that did work. BOCES and CEDA programs didn't treat kids like fragile glass. They didn't assume teenagers were incapable. They didn't say, wait till you're 18 and then magically you'll be ready. No, they took the high school kids like me, and said, come on, let's go. You're going to learn trades. You're going to build something. You're going to run a business. You're going to earn real money. And you're going to get your high school credits for it. That's how you build confidence. That's how you build independence. That's how you build employability. Not by locking kids out of the internet, not by age gating every tool that you need to learn, not by treating them like they're hopeless or helpless. Kids don't become capable by being protected by they become capable by being trusted. Why modern policies fail? Now here's the contradiction nobody in the government wants to admit. They want youth employment to rise, but they also want to restrict the very tools that teach kids how to solve problems. You can't have both. You can't say we need more job-ready youth and then turn around and say, we're going to age-gate the internet. When the internet is where modern problem solving comes from. You can't say we want kids to be independent and then design a system where kids never get to try anything without adult supervision. You can't say we want innovation and then remove every opportunity for kids to experiment, fail, and learn. This is a core issue. Government wants outcomes without allowing the process. Good start, wrong foundation. Now I'll give Wab Kinew this. His idea of expanding co-ops is actually solid. Co-op can work. They can give kids real world experience, real responsibility, real exposure to the workforce. But here's the problem. Co-ops only work when kids already have the basic problem-solving skills. If you shelter kids for 15 years, and mind you, 15 years is half of a life, okay? 37 years is midlife. So you are sheltering these kids halfway to midlife. That's a fact. All right, 37 years old is middle age. You're sheltering them until they're 15. how much time is left for learning problem solving and stuff like that. And then suddenly you drop them into the workplace, they're not ready because they're incapable of, because they were never allowed to build the foundation. You can't build a house starting from the roof. If you want youth employment to rise, if you want kids to be confident, capable, ready for the real world, you need a sovereign base model. Let kids try things early. Let them fail safely. Let them solve problems. Let them use tools. Let them explore the internet. Let them build things. Let them take responsibility. Let them experience consequences. And let them learn by doing. Kids don't need more protection. They need more practice. They need to be treated like future adults, not permanent children. And youth employment isn't a mystery. It's not a puzzle. It's not something you fix with a press conference. It's simple. Kids become employable when they've had real experience. Kids become confident when they've been trusted. Kids become capable when they've been allowed to try. If Canada wants to generate strong independence, strong job-ready youth, then we need to stop restricting them and start empowering them. Because sovereignty doesn't start at 18. It starts the moment you let kids take responsibility for something real. Here's the thing nobody wants to say out loud. When a society becomes so afraid of its own environment, its own culture, its own streets, and its own digital space, that it starts restricting everything for the next generation, that's not protection anymore. That's fear talking. And when you start fearing the place where you live so much that you feel it's necessary to restrict everything for your future generation, maybe it's time to ask the hard questions. Do you want a sovereign Canada, or is it time to move on? Because you can't build a sovereign nation while acting like the nation itself is a threat. You can't raise a strong, capable youth while treating the world around them like it's radioactive. You can't talk about independence while legislating fear. Sovereignty means trust. Sovereignty means responsibility. Sovereignty means building a country where the next generation is stronger than the last, not more restricted than the last. If Canada wants a future worth staying for, then it needs to stop governing from fear and start governing from confidence, because sovereignty doesn't survive it in a padded room. It survives in a country that believes in its people and lets them grow. And that's my rant. Like, follow, and subscribe. We'll be back.